Hi guys, welcome to our latest video. I hope everybody is keeping safe and well. I just want to say thank you so much for the continued online support. I really appreciate it. I'm very aware of who is supporting me, so thank you so much. Just to let you know, these videos are obviously on YouTube. They are for free. If you are in a position that you are working and you can contribute, please feel free to. I am eternally grateful. Anybody who's contributing at this time. If you're not working like myself at the moment, please just enjoy these videos. You do not have to send any sort of contribution whatsoever. We're all in the same boat. Also, if you do like these videos and you would prefer a little bit more of a interactive class, a little bit more of a group environment, I'm teaching 2 classes a week via Zoom, which has become my new best friend. Tuesday 6 p.m. and Sunday 11 a.m. Very similar to my sort of usual style, all very core and strength orientated, with then a little bit of flexibility towards the end. I also do workshops at least once a month, so things like bridges, back bends, splits, anything like that. So if you are interested in getting involved in that, please feel free to just reach out to me via Facebook or Instagram. I believe all my details are underneath this video. Okay, let's get started. So today's video, I'm just going to kind of work all the way through the body. It's a little bit more challenging, this one, shall we say. Just take it as far as you feel comfortable to go. I would say that the level of this video is a little bit more intermediate. If you practice yoga regularly, you will be absolutely fine. If you're brand new to yoga, please check out one of my beginner videos rather than this one. Okay, let's get started. So all you will need today is your mat, maybe a glass of water if you need some. And we're going to start off in our tabletop position. Now, tabletop position, we've got the hands directly underneath the shoulders, knees stacked underneath those hips. Spread the fingers out on your mat. And on an inhale, we're just going to lift the head, lifting the tailbone into what we call your cow pose. And then exhale, rounding down through cat. So taking the chin to the chest, really pushing those hands down into the floor. Feel the stretch across the back of the shoulders and the neck. And we're tucking the tailbone under. Inhale, lift the head, lift the tailbone. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. And exhale, round. And on your next inhale, just coming back into a neutral spine position. And then we're going to start to rock the body back and forth. So really important, especially in a class like the one we're doing today, we're spending an awful lot of time in plank, downward facing dog. So it's really important to just get those wrists moving first of all. This is also really important for any arm balances. Over a period of time, we need to make sure that we're actually strengthening those wrists up. So what I'm trying to do is keep the arms as straight as possible and maybe even try and take the shoulders gently past the wrist line. Obviously, if that's not comfortable to do so, please don't take it any further. And then coming into a neutral position in your tabletop, we're going to tuck those toes under. Now we're going to lift up into a downward facing dog, but I don't want you to worry about straightening your legs for now. So we're going to keep the knees nice and soft for now. So we're just lifting up. So what I want you to concentrate on is pushing the head towards the knees, finding the straightness through those arms. We're pushing the head towards the knees and we're still lifting up through the tailbone. And we're just going to start to pedal those legs out. Again, don't worry about straightening the legs for now. And then nice and slowly, we're going to turn this little pedal into a little walk. So we're going to start walking the toes, really small little steps in towards the hands. And when you can't go any further, again, make sure you're softening those knees. We're going to inhale, we're going to come all the way up into a standing position. We're going to take the arms up overhead. And we're going to exhale down through heart center. We're going to inhale, lift those arms up. We're going to take your left wrist in your right hand. We're going to stick the left hip out to the side. And we're going to lean over to the right hand side. I think you can just about see what I'm doing. So I'm holding on to my left wrist with my right hand. I'm rolling that left shoulder back, stick the left hip out and I'm looking underneath that left arm. Inhale to the center, swapping sides, so taking hold of the right wrist with your left hand. Right hip coming out to the side, and then we're leaning over to the left, looking underneath that right arm up to the ceiling. Inhale back into the center, release the arms looking up. Exhale, we're going to go all the way down into a forwards fold. Now in your Uttanasana, your forwards fold, we're going to soften the knees. So we're going to connect the torso still to the thighs. Now bring the fingertips forwards. We're going to inhale, we want you to look forwards. Now think about cow pose, where we were lifting up through the tailbone. We want to engage that position. Now as you exhale, don't lose that. Allow the tummy to come down onto the thighs. Shake the head, release any tension in the neck, and maybe gently push the weight forwards into the toes, into the fingertips, just lifting those heels slightly. And then from here, place those hands flat. We're going to step back with your left leg. We're going to step back with your right leg. So we're in our plank position. Now in your plank, I want you to try and hold it nice and strong. So really pushing through those arms, a nice line of energy all the way down through the back, and all the way down through those legs. We're going to inhale through the nose. As we exhale, drop the knees down. Keep those elbows tucked into the side of the body, coming down onto your chest. Untuck the toes. We're going to inhale, lifting into cobra. Squeeze the glutes. Exhale down. We're going to inhale again, this time with no hands. So inhale, lift. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Keep breathing. Keep pushing the feet down. Exhale down. We're going to do another two. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. And again, inhale, lift. Exhale down, place those hands down, and making your way back into a tabletop position. Now in your tabletop, depending on how you're feeling, if your hips feel particularly tight, just stay in a tabletop position. If you feel quite comfortable, taking the knees a little bit wider, so think about child pose, knees wider, feet together. But we're going to continue to rock the body back and forth. So now we're adding a little bit of a child pose, lifting back up into tabletop, coming back down into child pose. So we're just starting to warm up the hips, warming up now the lower body. And then as you can see, as I come forwards, if you feel comfortable to do so, feel free to maybe part the feet, drop those hips all the way down. We're going to come all the way down onto the mat. We're going to lift up through the crown of the head, coming back into tabletop, bring those feet together, push back into child pose. And again, lifting back up, release the feet apart, coming all the way down, and lifting back up. It's a really nice way of just sort of creating a little bit of warmth, creating some movement through the spine. It also really highlights sometimes maybe an area of tightness or slight soreness that you weren't quite aware of before you started. Just rocking back and forth. Do one more of these and then we'll find our way back into a tabletop position. Well done, everybody. And then coming back into tabletop, bring those knees back in line with those hips, making sure your hands are still in line with those shoulders. Now we're going to take your left leg out behind you and we're going to reach forwards with your right hand. So opposite arm to leg. Keep nice and strong through this left arm and this right leg. Inhale, we're looking down to the mat. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale through. Inhale, reach. Exhale through. Do two more. Inhale, reach. Exhale through. Inhale, reach. Exhale through. And then inhale, reaching one more time. And we're going to place your right hand down, keeping that left leg straight. We're going to turn your right foot out to the right hand side. And then we're going to I move my right hand forwards by about an inch. We're going to just roll the body open. So we're taking the weight into that right hand, right knee. And I'm going to reach up overhead with the left arm. So a nice straight line down the left hand side of the body. Roll that left shoulder back, looking up to the ceiling. Now you can either stay here if you want to add some movement. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, we're going to bring your left knee towards your left elbow in front of you. Inhale, reach. Exhale through. Inhale, reach. Exhale through. Two more. Inhale, reach. Exhale through. Last one. Inhale, reach. Exhale through. Inhale, reach. If you're holding this position, we're going to bend that left leg behind you. Take that left hand behind you. Gently push that hip forwards. Roll that left shoulder back. And I want you to try and angle your chest to face upwards a little bit further. So we're opening up through the heart chakra. Feel the openness across the chest. Push the foot into the hand. Gently release. Take that left arm straight, that left leg straight. Place your left hand back onto the mat. Keep that left leg lifted. We're going to inhale through the nose as we exhale, stepping that left foot down on the outside of your left hand. Now, if you live in a slightly more open body, feel free to walk the hands forwards, that left foot forwards, and we're trying to keep that right leg as straight as possible. So have a little look back. Make sure your right knee is directly behind the hip and the foot is directly behind the knee. Now, depending on how you're feeling today, we're going to try and take the arms a little bit wider, so to the width of the mat. And we're gently rocking from left to right. So we're in a half lizard pose. And if it feels comfortable to do so, you can roll onto the outside of your left foot. So just allowing that left knee to drop out to the left-hand side. If that's not comfortable, just keep that left foot flat. And another option is to drop down onto the forearm. We will be revisiting the hips when we're a little bit warmer, so if you don't quite feel ready for this, don't worry about it. And if you're down on the forearms, lifting back up onto your hands, I'm going to bring my left foot in slightly. I'm going to tuck the right toes under, lifting up off my right knee. Inhale, lifting that left arm. So we've got those shoulders stacked on top of each other, and I'm looking up to the left hand. Take a nice deep breath in. Now, as I exhale, I'm going to bring that left hand down, and I'm going to inhale, kicking that left leg up to the ceiling behind me. So I'm in a three-legged dog. Again, don't worry about straightening the legs if it doesn't feel comfortable to do so. Inhale through the nose. As we exhale, placing that left foot down in between your hands, and we're going to inhale, lifting up into our high lunge. As we exhale, we're going to tilt the body forward. Now we're taking more weight through that left leg. We're really nice and strong through the body. My top's making me look absolutely huge. Reaching forwards to a nice line of energy all the way down the arms, down the back of the spine, all the way down that right leg to that right heel. Push that right heel away to the back of the room. Inhale through the nose, lifting back up into high lunge. Exhale, frame that left foot, stepping back into plank. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. We're going to hold your plank nice and strong. If it gets too much, just drop those knees down. Now we're going to inhale, we're going to lift our left leg up in plank. We're going to exhale, take the left knee to left elbow. Drop it down towards the wrist. Take it across to the right wrist. Lift it to the right elbow. Take it to the left elbow. Take it back into plank. Inhale through the nose. As you exhale, drop the knees and drop the chest, tucking the elbows into the side of the body. Untuck those toes. Inhale, lifting into baby cobra. No hands. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. And then making your way back into tabletop position. Nice, everybody. Okay, let's swap sides. We're taking that right leg out behind us this time. Reaching forwards with your left hand. Looking down onto the mat. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale through. Inhale, reach. Exhale through. Inhale, reach. Exhale through. Last one. Inhale, reach. Exhale through. And inhale, reach. Place that left hand down. Turn your left foot out to the left hand side, so it probably should just go off your mat. Move that left hand forwards by about an inch, and then rolling your weight into the left hand, left knee, reaching overhead with your right hand. Roll that right shoulder back, nice and strong. Feel that stretch down the right hand side. Stay here if you want to. If you want to make it more challenging, inhale through the nose. As we exhale, right knee to right elbow in front of you. Inhale, reach. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Two more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Last one. Inhale, reach. And exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. We're going to bend that right leg, taking the right hand behind you to the foot or ankle. Roll that right shoulder back. We're looking up to the ceiling, and we're gently pushing that right foot into the right hand. We're going to release that, taking the right hand back over. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, bringing that right hand down onto the mat. Now from here, take a nice deep breath in as we exhale, stepping that right foot onto the outside of your right hand. Move the hands forwards. If you want to go a little bit deeper into that stretch, make sure that left leg is nice and straight. And we're gently rocking the body from left to right. And again, the option is to roll out onto the outside of that right foot. Just allow the knee to tilt outwards. You can drop down onto the forearms if you want to. Just take it as far as you feel comfortable and try and keep the movement going. Now, if you're down on the forearms, making your way back up onto the hands, I'm going to bring my right foot back slightly because I stepped it further forwards. Tuck the left toes under, lifting off your left knee. Inhale, taking that right arm up to the ceiling. Looking up to the ceiling if you can. Exhale, bringing it down. Now, inhale, kick the right leg out into a three-legged dog. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, step that right foot down in between your hands. And on an inhale, lifting up into your high lunge. As we exhale, tilt that body forwards. So we're stacking the weight over that right leg, really nice and strong through the body. I love this position. You can really feel it. It's quite challenging through that right leg, but don't forget the left leg. Push that left heel to the back of the room. Inhale, lift up into high lunge. We're going to exhale, frame your right foot. We're going to step back into plank, and we're going to do exactly what we just did on the left-hand side. So we're going to lift the right foot up. We're going to take the right knee to right elbow. We're going to drop it down towards the right wrist. We're going to take it across to the left wrist, bring it back to the left elbow, and then take it back out behind you. Inhale through the nose. As you exhale, drop the knees, drop the chest. Untuck the toes, release the hands to the side. Inhale, lifting into cobra. Exhale, down. And again, inhale, lift. Exhale, down. And then placing your hands down, making your way back into tabletop. And we're gently just going to rock the hips from left to right. Well done, everybody. And then finding some stillness in your tabletop. Okay, we're going to tuck those toes under again. So lifting back up into your downward facing dog. And maybe feel free to start straightening out those legs as far as you feel comfortable. But don't forget, we're pushing the head towards the knees and we're lifting up through the tailbone. Take nice big bends in those legs. Maybe even drop the knee underneath the other leg, just getting a little bit of a twist through the lower body. Keep nice and strong through those arms. And then finding some stillness. We're going to inhale. We're going to lift the right leg up to the ceiling. We're going to exhale, going into split dog. Now we're aiming to get your right heel towards your left glute or hip. Now you should feel the openness through that right hip and along that right quad. Be careful you're not dropping all the weight into that left hand. We're still pushing evenly through both hands. We're going to inhale through the nose in this position. Now as we exhale, we're going to twist into a high plank, taking that right knee to left elbow. Exhale, coming forwards. Inhale, kicking back into your split dog. Exhale, coming back round. Well done. One more. Inhale, lift. And this time we're going to place your right foot on the outside of your left hand. Take your left heel down, that back foot, and then inhale, lifting that right arm into your lovely falling Trikonasana or falling triangle pose. Now we're going to place this left hand down. We're going to kick that right leg back out behind you. Inhale through the nose. We're going to exhale back into high plank. Bring that right knee with you. Hold it as close to the body as you can. And then place that right foot down in front of you. We're going to inhale. We're going to lift up into a high lunge. We're going to exhale. We're going to take the right arm forwards, left arm back. And then we're going to take your left hand towards your left leg. Now we're lifting up nice and tall through the body. Keep the bend in the right knee. Try not to put any weight through this left hand. So we're just using that left hand on the back of the left leg. And then just opening up through the chest, looking up to the ceiling if you can. We're going to inhale. We're going to take this into your warrior two with that right leg leading. And then we're going to exhale, right elbow down towards your right thigh, reaching up overhead with your left hand. And we're going to remove this right elbow. So we're going to work more on those obliques. So nice and strong through the body. Keep breathing. We're going to inhale, lifting back up into warrior two. Now from here, we're going to take this into our goddess pose. We're going to bend that left leg, both toes turning outwards. Hands together at heart center. Make sure that tailbone is nice and straight. So we're not sticking the bum out, we're not arching your bum. We're tucking the tailbone under. Nice, everybody. We're going to inhale, take the arms up, straighten the legs. Exhale down through heart center into goddess. Try go a little bit lower. And again, inhale, lift. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. We're going to hold it, keep breathing. Well done, everyone. Inhale, straighten both legs. And we're going to turn back into our warrior two with that right leg leading. Inhale through the nose. And as we exhale, we're going to take that right hand down onto the inner side of your right foot. And we're looking up to that left hand. And if it feels comfortable to do so, you can lift up onto your right fingertips and maybe just gently rock back and forth, straightening that right leg as far as you feel comfortable. We'll inhale, bend the right knee. Exhale, try and straighten as far as you can. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend, looking down towards your right hand. Exhale, place the left hand down, lifting up off your left heel. Inhale, taking that right arm up to the ceiling. Exhale, bringing it back down onto the floor. Framing your right foot. Let's go back into plank. Inhale through the nose. Now this time what we're going to do is I'm going to drop the heels to the left hand side. Now if you want to modify this, take that left knee down. If you want to make it more challenging, follow me. Now I'm going to place my right foot, think about tree pose, on the inner side of my left thigh. Now we're going to try and place the right hand down. Keep your right leg where it is. So coming down over onto the other side, keep that right leg where it is, lifting the left arm up this time. So we've swapped sides. And then we're going to kick your right leg out in front of you. Place the foot down, bend both legs. Inhale, lift that left arm up and over. So we're into a slight variation of wild thing. Well done. Be careful coming down. So allow the hips to come down. Make your way back into a plank position. Inhale through the nose. As you exhale, either dropping the knees, dropping the chest, or hovering that body down through your chaturanga. And inhale, lifting into either upward dog or cobra. Exhale, make your way back into downward facing dog, pedaling those legs out. Well done, everyone. On your next inhale, I'm just going to swap sides so you can see me. Take that left arm up to the ceiling. Exhale, I beg your pardon, left leg, bending that left knee. Sometimes it says, do as I do, not do as I say. So left heel towards that right glute. Really feel that openness down that left hip and that left quad. Inhale through the nose. As we exhale, we're going to take that left knee to right elbow. Inhale, back into that split dog. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, kicking it back. And this time, exhale, placing that left foot on the outside of your right hand. Take that right heel down. And then inhale, lifting that right arm up. So in your fallen Trikonasana on the other side. We're going to place this right hand down and we're going to kick that left leg back up to the ceiling. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, hug that left knee into the chest. Nice and high plank. Keep that left knee tucked in and then place that left foot down in between your hands. We're going to inhale, lifting back up into a high lunge. And then taking that left arm forwards, right arm back. We're going to take that right hand down to the back of the right leg, lifting that left hand. Keep the bend in the left leg. Try not to put too much weight down that right hand. And we're lifting up, looking up to the ceiling. We're going to take it back into a warrior two. So dropping that right heel down, bending into that left leg. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, left elbow down towards your left thigh. Reaching up overhead with your right hand. Roll that right shoulder back, looking up to the ceiling. And then taking that left elbow away from your left thigh. Keep breathing. This is very hard to do and talk at the same time. We're going to inhale back into your warrior two. We're going to take it back into our goddess pose. So bring that right foot in slightly and then take both knees out to the side. Your toes are facing towards the end of your mat. Now when someone said that to me once, I was like, are you mad? My feet don't quite go round like that. They're on a slight angle. So if you think they're going to the corners of my mat, 45-degree angle, tailbone down, hands together at heart center. Bring the hands up to the head, inhale through the nose. Exhale, right elbow to right thigh. Inhale, lift, exhale to the left. Inhale, lift, exhale to the right. Inhale, lift, exhale to the left. Inhale, lift, exhale to the right. Inhale, lift, exhale to the left. Inhale, lift, bring the hands together. And then exhale, straightening those arms up and bringing the hands down onto your hips. Maybe just gently giving the hips a little sway from left to right. So just getting ready for our wide leg forwards fold. So we now got the toes pointing forwards rather than to the corners of your mat. Bring the hands onto your lower back. We're going to bring the elbows together. Inhale, we're going to look up first of all. So drawing the shoulder blades together. You can allow the head to drop back if it's comfortable to do so. And then as we exhale, stick your bum out and then gently coming forwards. Now take the hands down towards the mat and relax the head, so shake the head out a couple of times. Now try not to open the legs too far. In a minute we are going to go into our Skandasana, so we do need a little bit of room. Now from here, what I want you to do is you're going to bring your fingertips forwards, lift up onto your fingertips, inhale, looking forwards, thinking about cow pose again. So lift up through the tailbone, keep that lift, exhale, coming back down. And if you're slightly more mobile, I'm just going to turn around. What I want you to do is take your hands through the legs, fingertips down, and I want you to pull. So we're trying to stack the elbows over the wrists. You should feel a lot more of a stretch all the way down the back of the legs, and also keep lifting up through the tailbone. Okay, gently inhale, we're going to just release slightly looking forwards, and then exhale, we're going to bend your right leg, walk the hands over to your right foot. We're going to come down into your Skandasana. Now you can keep that left foot down if it's comfortable, or you can lift the toes up. Now we're aiming to get your right heel down. If you're anything like me, this is a real bugbear of mine. I'm really forwards because I can't quite get that right heel down. So over time, I'm just working on moving that weight back. Once you do get the heel down, you can bring the hands off. But obviously you take this as far as you feel comfortable. Now, if the heel is down, or if it's nearly down, we just straighten that right arm. Keep that right arm in contact with the inner side of your right knee. And we're going to inhale, lifting that left arm up to the ceiling. We're going to exhale, coming down. We're going to push over to the other side. So push through that right leg, bending into the left. Keep the right foot flat if you want, or you can lift up that right heel. Now this side is even more challenging for me. My left heel just won't quite go down. Anyway, take it as far as you can. Bring that left arm out in front of you, straighten it. Inhale, lifting that right arm up. Oh, it's a lovely stretch. You can really lean into that left leg if you can, and then exhale, bringing it back down. We're going to push through that left leg, coming back into a wide leg forwards fold. Now feel free to take the legs a little bit wider if you want to. Take the legs as wide as you can. You can drop down onto the crown of the head if you wish. And if headstands are in your practice, feel free to maybe have a little go. You don't have to if you don't want to. Just take this as far as you feel comfortable. Keep breathing in your headstands if you are incorporating them. If you're in a headstand, just start making your way controlled down. I probably should have said that before I started to do it myself. And then when you're ready, just make your way back up into a wide leg standing position. Nice, everybody. Maybe just shake the hips out from left to right, bend into the knees, have a little dance, get your arms involved. This is not yoga, I don't even know what this is. Okay, we're going to turn it back into a high lunge, right leg leading. So we've got that right leg facing forwards. Inhale, taking those arms up. We're going to exhale. We're going to bring the hands down through heart center. We're going to drop that left knee, untuck the toes on the left foot. Now walk that right foot forwards. If you live in a slightly more open body, I always feel like I need to take that left knee really far back and that right leg facing forwards. So we've got the hands either side of that right foot. Depending on how you feel, inhale, lifting up onto your fingertips. I want you to look forwards. So we're opening up through the chest. We're not like this, rounding the spine. We're opening up through the chest. Think cow pose. If you're comfortable, lift those arms up. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, take the right arm forwards, left arm back. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, left hand onto the back of that left leg again. Try and walk that left hand down towards your left ankle. Reach up through that right hand. Well done, everyone. Inhale, lifting back up with those arms. Exhale, we're going to frame that right foot. Inhale, lifting onto fingertips. Exhale into half split, straightening that right leg, lifting the toes on the right foot. We're stacking that left hip over that left knee. Look forward, engage that arch. So lift up through the tailbone. Inhale through the nose, exhale coming down. So we're taking the head onto the left-hand side of that right knee or shin. And we're going to gently pull your right hip back, squaring those hips off. Place that right foot down, bending back into the right leg. Allow the hips to sink. Inhale, looking forwards up onto those fingertips. And then exhale, place the hands down. We're going to make our way back into tabletop. And we're going to straighten the legs. So we're going to go back into our plank. I haven't forgotten, we've got to do the other side in that lovely tree pose variation. Now we're going to drop the heels to the right hand side. I'm just going to come off my mat slightly. And we're going to lift that left arm this time. If you want to make it easier, take that right knee down to the mat. If you want to make it more challenging, bend that left leg. Place that left foot on the inner side of your right thigh. Rakshasana, tree pose. Now keep that left hand down on the mat, and we're going to twist to the other side. So we're going to try and twist, lifting up that right hand this time. We've still got that left leg lifted, and we're going to kick that left leg out in front of you. Place that left foot down, bend both legs, and then lift that right arm up overhead into your lovely wild thing variation. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale, drop those hips down, coming back into a plank. Watch that lower back. Inhale through the nose. As we exhale, drop the knees down, drop the chest down, or hover down through Chaturanga. We're going to inhale, take those arms to the lower part of the spine, interlock the hands, lifting the chest, push the feet down, push the hips down. Try and go a little bit higher on your next inhale. Exhale, coming down. And one more. Inhale, lift. We're going to squeeze the glutes, point the toes. I'm going to try and lift the legs as well. Keep breathing. Don't be tempted to hold your breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, coming down. Place the hands by those shoulders, making your way up into a downward facing dog, pedaling those legs off. We're going to inhale, taking that left leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, stepping that left foot down in between your hands. We're going to allow that right knee to drop down, untuck the right toes, and again, walk that left foot forwards if you want to. Inhale, looking forwards, lifting up onto fingertips. Now you can stay down here if you want to, or if you feel a little bit more open in the hips, you can lift those arms up to the ceiling. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, take that right hand back, left hand forwards. Inhale through the nose as we exhale. Right hand onto the back of the right leg. Lifting that left arm, creep that hand down the back of the right hand. The right leg, I'm sorry. Well done, everyone. Inhale, facing forwards into high lunge. Exhale, bring the hands down, frame your left foot. Inhale, lifting up onto fingertips, looking forwards. Exhale into half split. Lift the toes if you want to, dropping the head onto the inner side of that left leg. And we're gently pulling that left hip backwards. Well done, everyone. Placing that left foot down. Allow those hips to sink down towards the mat one more time. And then from here, making your way back into a tabletop position, gently rocking the hips from left to right, or maybe even taking some circles through the body. You take this as far as you want. If you're doing circles, make sure you change direction. And then finding some stillness in your tabletop position. We're going to tuck those toes under again, lifting back up into a downward facing dog. And just pedaling those legs out, pushing the head towards the knees, lifting up through the tailbone. We're going to inhale, taking that left leg up to the ceiling. We're going to exhale, bringing that left knee in towards the chest, moving the hands back, or beg your pardon, shoulders back over those hands. Inhale, kick it back out behind you into a three-legged dog. And again, exhale, hug that left knee in. We're going to hold this position, hug the left knee in towards the chest. And then place that left foot down in between your hands. Now we're going to step your right foot in by about a foot, couple of feet, depending on your mobility. Try and place that right heel down. Now lifting up onto your fingertips, inhale, looking forwards. Now we're trying to straighten this left leg as far as you feel comfortable. If you aren't comfortable with this, maybe get a couple of blocks or something that lifts your hands either side. So you're going to maintain that lift through the lower spine. So we're going to inhale, look forwards, lift up through the tailbone. Exhale, start taking the elbows out. I'm going to allow the body to drop down towards that left knee or shin. So we're into your pyramid pose. Now both feet are facing forwards towards the front of the mat. And we're going to gently bring that left hip backwards. If you want a little bit more on the hamstrings, lift that left toe. Inhale through the nose. We're going to look forwards, lifting up through the tailbone. Exhale, back down into that stretch. We're going to place that left foot flat, bend the left leg, and we're going to step forwards with your right foot. We're going to soften the knees, and we're going to inhale, coming into a standing position. Take the arms all the way up overhead, and then exhale down through heart center. Okay, so we're going to have a little go at some a balance, and then we will come back to this when we go back down onto the mat in a minute. So take this as far as you feel comfortable. Now, I don't mind if you've got a wall next to you. I don't mind you using the wall. Just watch your spine. I don't want you to sort of be leaning over to the side. You want to be really close to the wall if you're going to use it. So we're going to ground down through that right foot first of all. Bring the hands together at heart center, lifting up that left leg. Now we're going to take either your right hand onto the outside of your left knee, or if you're a little bit more mobile, take it all the way down onto the outside of that left foot. We're going to start straightening the left leg if you've got it on the foot, and we're going to take that left hand out behind you. Now imagine someone's pulling you through the top of your head. So standing up nice and tall, and then gently we can look back towards that left hand if the balance is good. Don't worry if you're wobbling around. Yesterday I couldn't even do these. Today obviously it's slightly different. Wait, I spoke too soon. Try and keep hold of the foot. Now we're going to gently face forwards. We're going to hug that left knee back into the chest. Bring the hands back together at heart center. Inhale through the nose. And as we exhale, start kicking that left leg out behind you into your warrior three. Now warrior three, we're turning that left hip down. We're looking down to the mat. Inhale through the nose. We're going to exhale. I'm going to bend that right knee if you need to. Place the hands down on your mat, and we're slowly kicking that left leg up to the ceiling. Now standing split I find is a little bit of a process to get into. So depending on where you are, place the hands down and just sort of push down through your mat. Allow that left leg to go up to the ceiling. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, take your right hand onto the back of the right leg and actually use your grip to pull your upper body down towards that standing leg. When you're ready to come out of it, place that right hand down and then gently bring that left foot down next to the right. Gently rocking from left to right, so just moving the torso from left to right. We're going to soften the knees, and we're going to inhale, coming all the way up into a standing position. Take those arms up overhead. Exhale down through heart center. Let's swap sides. So lifting up that right knee this time. Change my direction so I've got enough room. And then again, from here, you can take the left hand onto the outside of the left knee and take the right hand behind you, just as challenging. Or you can slide that left hand down onto the outside of that right foot, kick that right leg forwards, and gently, we're going to look back to that right hand. Nice and tall through the crown of the head. Don't worry if you're wobbling around. When you're ready to come out of it, release that right knee, keep it up in front of you, hands together, inhale through the nose. Exhale, keep that right leg out behind you. Ooh, I've got room. Turn the right hip down, looking down to the mat. Hold your warrior 3, and then start bending into that left leg. Take the hands down, in front of that left foot, and gently kicking that right leg up to the ceiling. We're allowing the head to come down towards your standing leg. Start straightening the standing leg if it feels comfortable to do so. And if you want to make it more challenging, bring that left hand onto the back of that left leg. And place that left hand down, bringing that right foot down next to the left. We're going to place the fingertips down in front of you. Make sure you've got a little bit of a gap between the legs, so about hip width. We're going to inhale, rock forwards onto the tiptoes, lifting those heels. Exhale, rocking back onto the heels, lifting those toes. One more time. Inhale, rocking forwards, lifting the heels. Exhale, rocking back, lifting those toes. And then from here, I want you to place the hands flat. And we're just going to walk the feet back into a downward facing dog, pedaling those legs off again. Nice, everybody. Finding some stillness in your downward facing dog. We're going to inhale, lifting up onto your tiptoes. Exhale, sink the heels down. And again, inhale, lifting up onto tiptoes. Exhale, sink the heels down, finding some stillness in your downward facing dog. And then we're going to inhale, we're going to lift that right leg up to the ceiling into your 3-legged dog. We're going to exhale, bringing that right knee, hugging it into the chest, moving the shoulders over the hands. Inhale, kick it back out behind you into a 3-legged dog. Exhale, hug that right knee back into the chest. Hug it as tight towards the chest as you can. Inhale through the nose. As we exhale, place that right foot down in between your hands, and then stepping that left foot in by about a couple of foot, depending on how flexible you are. Lifting up onto your fingertips. Inhale, looking forwards, lifting up through the tailbone. Start straightening that right leg as far as you can. Exhale, bringing that head down towards your right knee or shin. And the option is to lift up the toes on that right foot if you want to increase that stretch. And we're gently pulling that right hip backwards. So you should feel that that increases the stretch, and it gently turns that right toe out to the right hand side slightly. When you're ready, place that right foot flat, bending into the right knee. We're going to step forwards with the left foot, so we've got both feet together. Soften the knees. We're going to inhale, coming into a standing position, taking the arms all the way up overhead. And then exhale down through heart center. We're going to take the feet to about hip width, slightly turning those toes outwards. Inhale, take the arms up, and then exhale, coming all the way down into your Yogi Squat. Now, before we rest down in Yogi Squat, bring the hands down in front of you, and I want you to gently rock from left to right. If it's comfortable to do so, you can roll out onto the outside of that foot, and just getting a little bit of movement through those hips. Obviously, if that doesn't feel comfortable, don't do it. And then from here, we're going to find some stillness in your Namaslay, your Yogi Squat. Hips are down, heels are down if you can. If not, don't worry, just work on allowing the tailbone to drop down to the mat. Bring the elbows onto the inner side of those knees, hands together, lifting up nice and tall. Good. And then when you're ready to come out of this, place the hands down behind you, coming down onto your bottom. And then from here, we're going to straighten your right leg, hug that left knee in, sitting up nice and tall. And we're going to revisit what we did in our standing balance, but seated. So either taking the right hand onto the outside of that right knee, and you're just going to lift up that foot, take that left hand behind you. If you want a bit more challenge, take the right hand onto the outside of that left leg. We're going to lift up that left leg, right hand, and we're looking back to that left hand. I've got my hands in a mudra, 4 fingers and thumb together, and I'm looking back to that left hand. Now you can either stay here, or as ever with my classes, you can make this more challenging. So if you want to make it more challenging, we're going to try and lift that right foot up. Now you really do need bigger hands for this, because I'm going to try and hold both feet with one hand, and then I'm looking back to that left hand. Keep the lift through the crown of the head, nice and strong. Well done. Now we're going to try and lower the right leg, keep that left leg where it is, facing forwards. Bring the hands either side of that left leg, sitting up nice and tall, and we're going to hug that left knee, left leg in. Now, if you would prefer more of a hip stretch, bend that left knee. Take that left knee into the chest or underneath that left shoulder. Keep sitting up nice and tall. Well done, everyone. We're going to keep with that left leg. We're going to bend the left knee, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale through the nose as you exhale, coming down onto your mat. Watch you don't hit your head. And keep hugging that left knee into the chest. Take a nice deep breath in and out. We're going to bring the right knee in to join it. Take the knees apart. Hands on the knees, gently rocking from left to right. And then from here, I've got a little challenge for you. We're going to try and rock up into Yogi Squat. Now, please be careful you don't headbutt anything in front of you. You're going to hug the knees in and we're going to try and rock into your Yogi Squat. Don't worry if it doesn't happen a couple of times. It might take a bit of time. It's very hard to do if the heels don't go down in your Yogi Squat. So maybe have a couple of goes with it. It's just also really fun, as long as you don't end up with a broken nose. And then gently coming back down into a seated position. And this time straightening the left leg, we're going to bend that right leg in, taking the left hand onto the outside of the right knee or taking it down onto the outside of the right foot. Take that right hand behind you. We're going to lift up that right foot and then either keeping the hand on the knee or we can straighten that right leg out. Lifting up nice and tall through the crown of the head, looking back to that right hand. You can either stay here, or if you want to make it more challenging, we're going to try and lift that left leg as well, holding on to both feet. Ooh, looking back to that right hand. Keep breathing, keep nice and tall through the spine. We're going to try and take the hand back onto that right leg, allow that left leg to go down. Facing forwards, taking the hands either side of the right foot. Keep lifting up nice and tall. We're hugging that right leg in. You can bend the knee if you want a little bit more of a hip stretch. Take that knee into the underside of that right armpit. Or again, if you prefer to work on more hamstring mobility, straighten that right leg. Inhale through the nose as you exhale, bend that right knee coming down onto your mat. And hug that right knee in towards the chest. Both hands on top of that right knee. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale out. Bring that left knee in to join it. Knees apart, hands on top of the knees, rocking from left to right. Bring the knees together. This time we're going to try and rock up into Navasana, your boat pose. If you'd prefer to just do boat, then sit up and work your way back. If you want to have a little go, a bit more of a challenge, lift the tailbone up and we're going to try and lift up into boat pose. Now keep breathing in your boat pose. Straighten the legs if you want to make it more challenging. Lift up tall through the crown of the head. No rounded spine. If you find that your spine is rounded, bend the knees. I prefer to have bent knees nice and straight through the upper body than this. Nice and tall. Inhale through the nose and exhale, rock back onto your mat. Hug the knees into the chest. Maybe a couple of times, and then we're going to try and lift back up one more time into your Navasana. Inhale through the nose and exhale. Well done, everybody. Coming down onto your mat. Place the feet down. We want the feet to be about hip width. Bend the knees, take the arms to the side of the body. We're going to inhale, lift the tailbone up, nice and slowly working all the way up through the spine. Squeeze the glutes. Exhale down. And again, inhale, lift. Exhale down. On the next one, the option is to stay there. Inhale, you can lift. You can either take the hands onto the hips if it feels comfortable to do so, using the elbows as a support down on your mat, or you can interlock the hands on your mat. Bring the hands together, palms facing. Now I actually roll the shoulders underneath me, so I get a little bit more lift through the chest. Watch the knees don't splay open, and then I bring my feet in closer. Watch the lower back, lift up onto the tiptoes if you want to take it even further. Keep breathing,
Keep looking up to the ceiling. Just be careful you're not putting any pressure on that neck. And then when you're ready, coming all the way down, kind of have to unstick yourself if you're on a non-slip mat. And then bring those knees back into the chest. Keep the knees together, hands on top of the knees, and we're just going to take them into some circular motions. And then change the direction. And then when you're ready, we're going to rock back up into a seated position. Crossing the legs if it's comfortable to do so, taking the hands up towards the knees, forefinger and thumb together, palms facing up or your palms facing down. Just roll the shoulders back a couple of times. We're sitting up nice and tall. You can close down the eyes if you want to. Now we just take a nice deep breath in through the nose, really filling out the tummy with air. And we're going to exhale through the mouth. So I want it to be as loud as possible when you exhale. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And again, in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Last one, in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Bring the hands together at heart center. And as we exhale, just gently bowing forwards to one another. Namaste, everybody. Well done, guys. I hope everybody enjoyed the session today. Nice and a little bit more challenging than normal, so well done if you kept up. Definitely recommend some of those plank positions. Try and incorporate them into your sort of daily routine, especially if you've been doing yoga a while. I would definitely recommend maybe putting in a few more little twists like we were doing today with our forwards lunge and our low lunge. Anyway, lovely to see everybody, and hopefully I will see you soon. Thank you so much, guys. Take care. Mwah.